Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Well, someone asked me why I'm voting for Trump. Number one, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I am voting for him. One reason is the condition of the country when he was in office and the condition of the country now that he's out of office. I hate to be so critical, but Joe Biden has no clue. I already knew he didn't have a clue. That's why I didn't vote for him. I didn't really vote for anybody. Some people say, "Oh, you should have voted at it." Nah, I just sat that one out because I didn't know what to believe with the media when it came to Trump, and I definitely wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden at any case at all. I know 100%. I was not voting for Joe Biden. I knew exactly what we was going to get if he would have been in office, no matter what. But with that said, when I look at the report cards of both presidents, is a clear picture of we need to have Trump back in office. Not specifically for me, but for the country as a whole. The other thing is the Democratic Party has gotten so bad. Like it's really bad. Like I don't even know what direction they call themselves going to. Now, I know you guys probably see the picture and stuff in the back with the eagle and stuff. Um, I appreciate everything this country has provided for me. I never been in the service, so I don't want y'all to think because you see all of this, I'm in the service. I'm not a Republican, so I don't want y'all to think, oh, he's a conservative, he's a Republican, he's this and that. I am a registered Democrat, and I have been all my life. Doesn't mean I've always voted that way. I'm just always been a registered Democrat. Do I stand what they stand for? No. Do I stand for what the Republicans stand for? Not really, but as I got older, I realized a lot of my thought patterns were definitely Republican related. I'm the type of person that I believe you get what you work for. I would never really wanted people to give me stuff, handouts, stuff like that. So I didn't fit the typical mold of person that grew up in North Philly, I guess you would say. I don't know for sure. But I love to go earn mine, and I took pride in that. Didn't care if I was rich, poor, but I just wanted to earn it myself so that I can look at what I did and say, man, I did that. And that what kept me motivated, kept my strength up, my mental up, and everything when it came to me. Now, some might say, oh, well, everybody don't have that mentality. No, everybody don't have those opportunities. I didn't have none. Like I literally, if you look at my life as a whole, you'd be like, yeah, there was no silver spoon nowhere. Hey, sometimes there was no spoon. But either way, it did not matter. I didn't use that as an excuse to just throw my life away and make every excuse not to be the best that I could be no matter what. I always worked, stayed out of trouble as much as I could, you know. And you know what? My life has been okay. It hasn't been great. I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money and stuff like that. But my life has been okay. Some ups, some downs. But as a whole, God has been good to me. And I'm thankful every single day for what God has blessed me with. I got beautiful children, relationships throughout the years, some good, some bad. But I wouldn't change a thing about my life, even the bad stuff. And some people make excuses for this and they got excuses for that. And then some people just have mental issues. And you know what? I love being a man. I wouldn't trade it for anything. There's a lot of reasons why I love being a man. Number one, women. I get to look at them and appreciate them for what they are and what they bring. And that's why one of the reasons why. The other thing is that as you get older, you start to realize why God gave men strength, the abilities, and knowledge. And to some sense, and I know this might not be a popular way to say it, but men subliminally have a death wish. And if you look at all the things that we do, you have to have that kind of death wish somewhat mentality to accomplish the things that men have accomplished throughout life. The buildings, the high rise. And I'm not saying women didn't have some involvement in that. But man, when you look at it as a whole, I mean, God did an amazing thing when he created the world. And we've copycatted that as men. We tried to emulate what God originally did. And look at what we've accomplished on the man level. And women have played a major part in that. And I'm not trying to discredit or anything that women provide. Believe me when I tell you, I'm not. I appreciate everything about them, but I'm specifically talking about men because there's a struggle that goes on with men throughout life, and men have a tendency to feel unappreciated or, feeling like the world doesn't appreciate everything that they do. Now, we have some good men and we should have some bad men. I'm not talking about the bad men. And when I say bad men, I mean men that just have bad intentions all the time. Those are the people I'm not talking about. I don't want to give them no space at all. I'm talking about the men that get up every day and try every day. And sometimes it just don't go your way. And sometimes it gets real hard. And sometimes you feel unappreciated. And you know what? Don't ever give up. Don't let the way people treat men sometimes make you feel like it's not okay to be a man. You should be something else or not want to be a man. Men are amazing, just like women. We're not the same and we're not supposed to be the same. We both have a unique purpose in life. Women have their purpose and men have their purpose. And it's amazing the reason why men can't have children because that's not their purpose to birth children. That's women's purpose. Men's purpose is to be able to give the gift for the women to nurture and birth children. And that's the uniqueness of a man's purpose. Now, there's other things that come in that are unique spaces for both. But as a man, I want to encourage you, men, if you're going through something, you're struggling with something, it doesn't matter, man. Just thank God every day for your life. Fight for the things that is right. You're not going to get it all right. You're going to make a ton of mistakes. But when you become okay with the mistakes, everything else gets easier. Everything else, you become more free. Is that the best way to explain it? You become more free. Doesn't mean your life is gonna go perfect. But when you become okay with, you know what, I don't have to know it all. I don't have to do it all. But every day I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try to outdo the me of yesterday. And as long as you're doing that, man, don't put your head down. Keep it up. Stay strong. Stay positive. And let's continue to make this world a great place to live in, despite of all we see out in the world, in spite of all the negative we see out in the world. Us men, let's bond together. Let's link together, bond together in America. I love other people in other countries, but right now we have issues right here at home, and that's my main focus. So this video is specifically for those in our country that are going through some stuff. And you know what, man? Hang in there. Black, white, Chinese, I don't care what race you come from, men as a whole, we gotta learn how to love each other, respect each other, look out for each other, and not hurt each other. Yeah, we're all Americans here. And hopefully one day we can realize that and put our political, religious, I'm not going to say put them aside because those are your stance and you're supposed to stand on what you believe. But what I'm going to say is let's all continue to find mutual ground to keep our country safe, to keep our children safe, and build a better America for tomorrow. And, I know I talked a little bit about politics and why I'm voting for Trump. And, he's not perfect. I can tell you right now, he's not perfect. And I've heard stories from different people that have had encounters with him. Some good, some bad. Guess what? We all do. But when I grew up in the inner cities, I grew up around crime stricken, Philadelphia for a long time. And unfortunately, I have seen the Democratic Party just take such advantage of black people because they just don't care. There's no other way to explain it. They just don't care. And I remember watching one video where Trump said, what do you guys got to lose? Vote for me. What do you guys got to lose? And I'm going to tell you this before I close with him is that, yeah, he could be a little big headed and he could be a little, I guess, set in his ways. But I'm going to tell you something, and I learned throughout the years is that guys like him don't like to fail. And when I say don't like to fail, not meaning that they can't fail and they have never failed, meaning that when he put his name on something like the presidency or his businesses and stuff, he likes that attention that comes along with the role that he's playing. And when someone is like that, it's not about money with them. It's about accolades. And as Americans, when you got a guy like that want that much accolade, he's not going to let you down, because if he lets you down, he's going to wear that for the rest of his life. He's not going to be able to get over that. And now, don't get me wrong, he's an older guy, and I get it. But that's the type of guy that he is. He doesn't want to fail because he's going to wear that and it's going to eat at him inside. And with me knowing that, I'm going to vote for him because I know I can almost close my eyes and never care about what he's going to do for the most part. It's because he is going to keep holding himself accountable because he don't want nobody to do or say anything negative about him, because that's what gets to him the most. See, Biden don't care about that. Everything that I see Biden's doing is to try to save his own family. Everything. Now, somebody say, oh, that's a conspiracy. I don't care what you think. I really don't. Obviously, when you start to put the pieces together, he only cares about himself. He only cares about his family. And he is doing it on the American taxpayer's dollar. The black dollars, the white dollars, the Chinese dollars, the Hispanic dollars, the Mexican dollars, anybody that's in this country working and doing everything, he's taking your money to fix his family's issues with your dollar. That's what he's doing. If somebody got a problem with it, you're welcome to make your comments in the comments. You can say what you want to say, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that dude that's going to get personal and feel some kind of way or go boo-hoo or run away. I'm not that type of dude. I'm the type of dude that want to have a conversation about it. We can have a conversation. Matter of fact, you can like and subscribe to the page. Insult me. Say what you want. Give me your opinion. It don't matter to me. I'm not that type of dude that get in my feelings because someone says something. Not that point. That's the reason why we need these type of dialogue. So that I can get your perspective. You can get my perspective. And we can come up with a better way, because that way we become more intellectually sound when we choose who is going to lead our country as a whole. Rather they're Democrat, rather they're Republican, or rather they're, it doesn't, or liberal, independent, whatever position you hold. We need the right people for the job. And right now, my vote's going to Trump. Even though I'm not a Trump supporter, even though I'm not 100%, oh, I'm Trump going out there and doing all of that. Don't get me wrong. I'll wear a mega hat or I'll wear a shirt, Trump shirt. I don't care. I don't have none, but I will. But my reason for voting for him is because he's better for the country. Right now, he's the best candidate for the country. Some of the other ones might be okay. Right now, we need him. Nobody else. We need him to get back in office, get us back in line, put us back on the pace, take these next 4 years, put us back on the pace that we were on, and then we will look at the next person in line for that. But we need to do this in this country as a whole. The majority of us need to bind together and make sure that the next person that comes after him is not going to just get up in their office and start doing what this president is doing currently. We don't want that no more. We don't need that no more. We just can't vote for people just because we like the way they are. We can't vote for people just because they got some swag. And we can't keep voting for people for these reasons. We need to vote for people because they are sound, solid. They really love this country. Because listen, whether you like it or not, you're on this soil. So even if you think that this country is racist, you're still on this soil. Even if you think this country is discriminatory, and if you look at the flag and you say, oh, it ain't about this, it's all white, Say what you want to say. Don't be stupid. You're still on this soil. And if you're a citizen of this soil, you are here. Now, unless you plan on leaving and going somewhere else, you need to think differently. Stop voting for people because they're black. Stop voting for people because they're white. Stop voting for people because of this and that stuff that don't matter. If they don't have the majority of the country as a whole in mind and not try to hit these personal agendas for a fraction, small piece of people that they don't care about the majority, we don't need them in office. And that's the only thing this administration is worrying about, a handful of people, and try to give them this big space that they didn't earn. They don't deserve that space. Sorry, they just don't. The only people that deserve that type of recognition, honestly, is not even the president. There's only one segment of people that deserve to be celebrated that on that level, to me, is veterans. That's it. Veterans. If you can tell me who in this country have sacrificed more than veterans, then I would say, okay, maybe them too. But right now, veterans. That's it. To me, they take over the president, over everybody else, veterans. Why? Because they put their life on the line. Now, under the veterans, police officers. I'm not that big of a fan of police officers. Clearly, I'm not, because I've had my experiences. Believe me when I tell you. Are they all bad? No. Are they all good? No. I'm not a criminal. I don't run around committing crimes. But we do have police officers that sometimes see your skin. Maybe you're driving something a little nicer than they think you're supposed to have, and you deal with that. But that situation is small. I'm 50 years old, 51 years old. That's small. That's very small. That hasn't been one of those every day I wake up and I'm dealing with that. But I have dealt with it. Believe me when I tell you. And I'm not a criminal. Like, I don't do criminal stuff like that. And I have dealt with it. Believe me, I've dealt with it more than once. So I'm not going to sit there and be ignorant and say, oh, there is not racism in this country as a whole. Now, it's not on the scale that the media tries to put it out there. Oh, yeah, there's racists everywhere. These people are all racist. No. My first job I had, white guy hired me. I was 18 years old. White guy hired me. And you know what? He did everything to try to help me out. Once he seen that I was about work and I wanted to do the best that I can, he tried to help me out as much as he possibly could. And I've never forgot his name. Now, I don't remember his last name, but I remember his first name. His name was Wayne. And I appreciated him. I was a young man then, and I appreciated him. And he looked out for me. Why? Because I worked hard. Came to work. Did what I was supposed to do. And that's it. And have I had instances where I was discriminated against on the job? Yeah. But that was, if I was around 1,000 people that were of the white persuasion, maybe one or two. Maybe. And guess what? I didn't let that stop me. I didn't care. You be who you are. I'll be who I am. And if I don't like the circumstances, I get out of it as soon as I can. That's it. Get out of it. Because if I waste too much time here dealing with this, I'll get nowhere. So I just get out of it. Plain and simple. Get out of it. Well, with that said, I'm going to go. See you on the next one. Like and subscribe. If you like what I'm saying, you feel what I'm saying. I know it says Ron's opinion don't matter, and it really doesn't. It's just my opinion. You have to make that decision, whether it matters to you or rather it don't. But I appreciate you for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more content. On to the next. Peace.